Hi, welcome to Beginning Ukulele. Today we're going to be introducing the F chord and doing the exercise that's on page 14 in your music book. So this time you want to go ahead and grab your music book, as well as be aware of page number 3 on your syllabus, which tells you all the techniques to look out for and what techniques we're going to be using. So go ahead and pause the tutorial, get your music book, and come on back. Okay, before we start, we're going to check our tuning. So check your ukulele tuning with mine. G, C, E, A. Okay, so it should sound pretty close. If not, please make sure that you tune up your ukulele with your tuner. Then come on back. Okay, for today's lesson, we're going to be introducing the F chord. The F chord is located on page number 14 in your music book. Also have it written up here on the board, and it's on your chord chart. So keep in mind, with every new chord that you learn on your chord chart, please highlight the chord once you learn it. So after this tutorial, you have learned your F chord, please highlight that chord. So every time you look at that chord, it'll remind you to that you've already learned it and you know it, and if need be, all you have to do is kind of refresh your memory. And also make sure that you highlight all the chords that you learn, or watching the tutorials, to keep your recollection and memory up to date on all your chords. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is preview the music. On page 14, we're looking at the first line. The first line in the music, it's 4/4 time. Notice the signature is 4/4 time, which means 4 beats per measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, rest. Okay? Remember we talked about the squiggly line looks like a rest, and we don't play on the rest. The next line here is a 3/4 line. We're not going to do that just yet. We're only going to do this first line, which is in 4/4. 4 beats per measure. Notice the chords above the 4/4. Okay? C, F, G7, and C. Okay, so let's get introduced to the F chord. Grab your ukulele, diagrams on the board, diagrams in your book, and diagram is on your chord chart. Pretty easy chord. First finger, first fret, second string. Next finger, second fret, top string. Okay, and that's your F chord. One more time. First finger, second string, first fret, second finger, top string, second fret, and that's your F chord. Okay, if you need a few more seconds or a little more time, pause the tutorial and get comfortable with that F chord positioning, and then we'll move on. Okay, so you got the F chord on your ukulele. We're going to do a chord cog exercise to get that to get that information into your memory. So you're going to press, relax. Don't take your fingers off the ukulele yet. Press, relax. Just keep your fingers on the strings for now. Press, relax. And you're looking at the positioning of your hand. So you're really noticing your hand and how it's making the F chord. Noticing how the strings feel under your fingers as you make it. Notice where your fingers are placed. Even your thumb. Notice where your thumb is placed on the back. Just try to picture everything, notice everything about the chord, and put that image into your memory. Okay, now we're going to press and just lift a little bit off the string, not too much, a little bit off, like that. Down. Pressing. Don't forget to keep your fingers frozen in that F position. So all you got to do is lift up and put it right back down. Okay, so keep those fingers frozen in that F position. Lift up, put it right back down, and notice how they look and how they feel. Lift up, put it back down. Okay, here we go. We're going to close our eyes, hold that F chord, close our eyes, notice how it feels, picture it in your mind even with your eyes closed. Then you're going to lift off the fretboard, back down, lift off the fretboard, back down. Picture that F chord in your mind, lift up, back down. Don't open your eyes yet. Lift up, down, and open your eyes, and you should be at an F chord, okay? Or pretty close to it. So go ahead and make the necessary adjustment. Now if you're pretty off, like if your fingers are on another string, you need to pause the tutorial right here, fix up your F chord, and try the chord cock exercise again. Keep in mind, this technique will allow you to learn the chord faster in less time, and then you can move on quicker through the course, okay? But you got to stay diligent about doing the techniques, and also don't forget to practice too. Okay, so also we're going to do a dampening strum exercise. We already found the positioning where we're comfortable. Dampening strum exercise to find our strum zone within 3 frets. All downward strums. Just want to do this for a few seconds. Just for a few seconds. Kind of like a golfer that just practices his swing for a few times before he hits the ball. Okay, same concept. Okay, we did our chord cock exercise for the F. Okay. Now we're about to play the exercise on page 14. A couple of things to remember. Don't forget, you must always tap your foot. Always tap your foot when you play anything, song, exercise, lesson. Always tap your foot, keeping in time, keep that inner metronome going. Also, make sure you relax your wrist when you're strumming. Okay, now we're going to look at the music on page 14. I wrote down the first line for you already. C, F, G7, C. So we want to do a chord cock exercise with that first line, making sure that we can do the chord changes for that first line. Now, keep in mind, if you need to do a chord cock exercise for C and G7, you need to do that first before we do this. So pause the tutorial and do a chord cock exercise for C and G7. Now the only reason why you're moving on with me already is because you have gotten this down pretty comfortable and it's not too hard for you to change chords at this point. But if you cannot smoothly change the chords, then you need to do a chord cock exercise. And don't forget that little tip I told you on how to switch between C and G7 and back to C by using that third finger. Remember? Sliding that third finger. Okay, let's do the first line. Looking at page 14, looking at the first line there on 4/4 time, C, F, G7, and C. Don't forget the rest at the end. Now, we're going to do the exercise, chord cock exercise. So all we're going to do is hold the C, count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make an F. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make a G7. 1, 2, 3, 4. And make a C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if it was not smooth to you, I know I was going a little fast, but slow it down to the speed that you're able to do it. You should be able to do it at least at a very slow speed. If you're unable to do it at a very slow speed, you need to do the chord cock exercise with the chords that you're having problems with. Okay, so pause the tutorial, do whatever it is you need to do, and then when you're ready, we're going to play that first line. Okay, moving on. We're going to play that first line. Don't forget, we got a rest at the end of the line. We do not play on a rest. Here we go. I'll give a 4 count, about a medium speed, starting with the C. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. F, 1, 2, 3, 4. G7, 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 1, 2, 3, and rest. Okay, we're going to try it one more time, but a little bit slower. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. F, 2, 3, 4. G7, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, and rest. Good. Okay. Now next we're going to do the next 2 lines below it. As you can see, it starts with a 3/4 time. That means 3 beats per measure. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And that second line is a C, an F, a G7. Excuse me. There's a C, F, C, G7. Okay. And the last line, you have there a C, F, G7, C. Then you have a rest. So what we're going to do is we're going to play this 3/4 time exercise, not too fast, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. C, 2, 3. F, 2, 3. C, 2, 3. G7, 2, 3. C, 2, 3. F, 2, 3. G7, 2, 3. C, 2, rest. Okay. Try that again if you need to, and do it a few times to get comfortable and familiar with those chord changes and the strum. Don't forget, on the rest we don't play, so you should be stopping when we come to the rest. Okay? When you are comfortable with the chords, chord changes, and you're ready to move on, we shall see you at the next lesson.